All right, here we go, chat.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, so what we have here is a Rengar game. You're gold 3, you finished plat 4. What's your goal for the season?
Well, first of all, I've only started playing last season,
Okay, those are for season,
and,
okay.
and I've tried a few champions and found Rengar really comfortable. And I watched you, obviously, and a lot of Scrub Noob.
Yeah, I can tell from your chroma that you've watched a lot of Scrub Noob. Any Scrub Noobers in the chat? There's his chroma. Okay.
Anyways, so yeah, I tried my best last season and I almost got to plat 4.
Mm-hmm.
And for this season, I set Diamond as a goal, and I'll see how far I get.
Okay. Obviously, you've been on a good run at the moment and you're in promos. So this game didn't go so well, though. So we're going to sort of try and address the negatives in your gameplay, because obviously when the positives go well, you seem to have very good games. So let's start off with Zone 1. And Zone 1, I'm afraid, is... Do you always sit here at level 1?
Well, if my bot lane is not going Tribush, then... Well, usually I go Tribush, but I told them to go there and they didn't. And that's why I ended up dying level 1.
Ah.
And yeah. Because I face-checked the Tribush without... Well, I warded it and then Blitzcrank flash queued me and I died, yeah.
So,
I think it was.
So you died in part because your bot lane's slowness, but it's gold. So right here, this is your key.
Well, it's my fault, obviously, because
yeah.
I could have not fit. Yeah, I saw him walking down.
Okay.
I know.
Good. So a lot of things we say, if you thought it, be honest, you know, say, okay, I saw it, it's my mistake. That's good. That lets me know what you're aware of. Okay. So obviously here, this is like bot lane. God damn it, you should have been watching it. Let me ward it. Now right here, as soon as I don't know how quick your reflexes are. What ping?
Yeah,
you play
I should
on.
have flashed that. I know.
Just respect flash it. And once you got hooked, accept your fate. Yeah. Oh, that's not. Yeah. The reason I'm saying that is because it's gonna have a good relevance in a second, actually. So, Twitch chat, what's this? This is gold 3. He was almost platinum and he wants to get diamond, which means he needs to be serious. It means his mechanics need to be on point. He has no leash. He got the double ferocity proc on the backward plant, and his clear here is very good. And you can tell he watches Scrub Noob because he prioritizes the same monsters. Like I can tell. Large Krug, get it down, empowered Q, out of the bush, smite it down. Now we kite up. Why am I'm not joking. Rengar, I love Rengar. What are you guys talking about? Jeez. Kazakhs over Rengar, get out. No, I'm just kidding. Please stay. Right, so you keep the full ferocity stacks. And, onto the babies. Power Q. You should probably save your W until you've got a little one down, but, you know, little micro things. And then we head for topside. So now, okay, I asked you the question. Where's Kane?
Well, Kane started red, so he's probably going to be at his blue buff right now.
The replay betrays us slightly.
Good.
But in that case, obviously, this is not natural progression for the Kane. Normally a Kane would do a full clear to optimize his farming. So this is a little bit not expected. From me specifically. I would not expect him to do the echo clear, the 4 camps in the middle. Neither would your bottom lane. However, if you have tracked him, if you did, right? Let's say 100% you knew the Kane was on the bottom side. Ping it.
I think I did. Or not.
No.
Maybe I didn't.
No ping. No pings. He pings he's coming, but there's no pings, no warning pings. Obviously they're not always going to listen, right? We know that, but...
Yeah.
Just so you know and that they know. Because here he comes.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's fine. I think you will agree the most important thing about Rengar, and that you notice this from Scrub Noob's games, is even if you have an alpha move or an aggressive move early and it doesn't work out, eventually, with good farming, you scale. So, most important
Yeah,
thing is,
well, I didn't really get to farm this game.
there's a few things. Yeah, I mean, a lot of it wasn't quite involved, and I'm gonna say that your pathing, I'll tell you now, your pathing out of death and your pathing into counter jungling is very linear. You don't adapt it to the situation so much. You sort of just go forward. Even if your idea is in the right place, your pathing is a bit robotic and it puts you in this weird situation. Like, for example, in this case, you have your scanner, obviously. You don't hit the plant, or do you? You don't hit the plant. So you knew he was bottom side. Now where's he going to go logically? To the crab, right? You know, I mean, 99% he's on the crab. You don't even need to track that. So if you hit the plant here, gain vision of this, right? Now you will see when this respawns. But instead we go up straight to the Krugs, okay? You counted as CS. You figured when he ganked, the Krugs would be up, so that's good. You pull out because of the minion wave?
Yeah, because they would show me, yeah.
Okay, good. Double stack it. So here's my first thing for you. Do we take the Krugs or do we gank top lane? Because you struggle with this indecision. You go back and forth a few times, if you remember.
True.
Yeah. Are you doing the Krugs or are you ganking top lane? You can only pick one. Now this champion is one of the most hated in the game because of this stupid freaking miasma. It sucks. 24 seconds. She uses it, and as an assassin, you just go, well, life was fun. Now I'm dead. And you're melee, you have nothing. If you're an empowered W, sure, great. But I mean, like, you can't gank this. You have no CC here except for silence. And she's just gonna, you have no bush coming from this direction. So at this current stage, looking at the lane state, you can say, yeah, we can gank it. But there's a cannon wave. It's Cleopatra. And this guy's over here. You know he would have done crab, 100%, and then go back to base. So in your mind, you need to keep track of the cane. So immediately I'm thinking, right, you don't have smite up, but you could have taken the big one. But instead you move towards the top lane thinking, okay, I will gank you.
I misclicked my pathing there, by the way.
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
wanted to go from the top side, obviously, and then catch her with my root, but I kind of messed up.
And this is, I think, little things, because you seem to know what you're doing, and you're having these good runs, and you're dedicated to the Rengar way of life. The full stack ferocity is nice. Okay, you use the Krugs just to get full stack ferocity. Right here is where your level 1 kills you. It puts your game in this exact moment in the sad times. Because guess what you could have done if you had flash?
Yeah.
E-flash
I
combo.
could've
E and then
flashed
flash
and-
for immediate lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she doesn't move any. She does. I mean, once he hits that auto, you don't need to empowered Q. Yeah, you had 0.1 seconds left on your unseen predator, so you're cutting it quite fine. But E-flash into that, into burst jump, and she dies. She dies. Because she does have phase rush, but she's not using spells. Like, she has phase rush, but she's just running
I
away.
mean, she even flashed, and I don't know why, but anyways.
Yeah, she flashed your, like, this is a slow bola. I mean, even if you hit that, I don't know if she dies now.
Oh,
It could
she
be
doesn't
close. It's a respect
No,
flash.
she's like, how much HP is she?
335 after chugging a pot.
Yeah, no, there's no way she's dying there.
I mean, you have electrocute. It only works if you get the electrocute proc. But now we go back here. And this is where people always go for the scanners. And I like it. It's normal. But, you know, like, imagine if you had a warding totem and you got to put a warding totem here. You know? I know
Yeah.
Scrubnoob does it and high elo players do it. But mid, although even up in low diamond, a ward here that shows you where he is as Rengar, while you're here and he doesn't even know you're on Krugs, could be game-changing as well. It's
Well,
just
I
something
think
to think about.
he could have assumed that I'm on Krug because I just would show topside and
Well, you are getting coaching, you are dedicated to climbing, and I can see you know a lot about what you're doing. This guy isn't. You know, most of these people are not. They're just playing to have a bit of fun. So don't give them too much credit to that. Respect them, but don't assume, because he's level 5, huh?
yeah, I knew I couldn't fight him because he had 4 kills on me.
Yeah.
So-
Yep. Yeah, it's good. What you could have done, which was dirty, which would have like tax this wave in the middle, but you don't know where he is, so I think it's a good decision. I mean, if we look at it from your point of view. So you stack the long swords instead of getting the rejuvenation bead, long sword stack abuser, and this is what I'm talking about. What do you want to do next?
I want to do a clear down bottom side and maybe get Drake after ganking bot lane to get bot prio.
Okay. Is a Jhin Blitzcrank lane good for pre-6 Rengar?
Not really. I guess.
Only if you lane gank, yeah. Only if you lane gank. So in that case, you go straight here. Okay, now at this point I'm going to say, look at this. Had you decided I want to gank bottom lane, the fact that you are only halfway to level 5, and the fact that you don't have Tiamat means doing Raptors and Krugs is going to take you about 300 years. Okay? So, going straight to bottom lane for a lane gank here might have been your best bet. If your ultimate goal was to gank bottom lane, why not go now? And the reason we do that is because you know Kayn, if you left a ward here, you knew Kayn was topside, and he'd be going bottom side. Even if you didn't see him, which you didn't, there's no way he's still up there. Because you didn't show top. You took the Krugs. There's no crab. There's no reason for Kayn to be topside at all. So you can assume based on your tracking that he's bottom side. Now, what you do, does your plant hit him? It does, right?
Yeah, it does. It show him.
But he's already, I mean, look where he is. He's already here. Because your bot lane engaged. Now you could be right there at this point. You'd be in the bush already. You'd be in the bush already. But your bot lane bails you out. That's more, I'm more thinking for like what you should do to get yourself a lead, not necessarily what happens, right? Yeah. Okay.
To get myself a lead, I didn't, you cut out.
To get yourself a lead, you have to make some of those plays. In this game, maybe you're making them now, but in this game you had a bit of, I don't know, like a hesitation to fight the Kayn.
Well, yeah, I was a bit scared since he had 4 kills on me.
True. But at the same time, you're Rengar. You can beat him pre-6. But this is besides the point. You're not. None of this was about fighting the Kayn, right? It was simply about getting some XP lane ganking to catch yourself up. That's all. He invades here. You electrocute him, and he just runs away. He has no prio, so good. Good ward. Do this. Is that you pinging the dragon? No. Yeah. Rengar's pinging assistance. I don't think you can do it. I think this is the right decision. But hold up. Hold the horses here. Hold up. Did you do... How often do you camp sequence? Like how often do you do full clears with Rengar? Because you did Raptors into Krugs, which means you're going top to bottom, right? And then you go straight to wolves.
So that's not efficient.
It's not efficient. So when they all respawn, you're gonna have a distorted.
I should go from top to bottom, or bottom to top.
And that's why I was thinking. You said you wanted to ultimately gank bottom lane. No time like the present. You mean the fact that you're halfway to level 5 and have 3 longswords means you can do a pretty mean Rengar gank in the bushes here. And once you've done that, even if everything happens as it did, they kill Jhin without you, Kayn shows up, you're still there, right? Now, once they shove it, you go, okay, well, it's a little bit of waste of time. I'm sad. You fall back, you do the Krugs. You go from Krugs to Raptors. Then you do your red buff. Kayn comes, you shove him away. Exactly the same thing happens. Now you've gotten Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Gromp. You've got a bottom to top sequencing. So they're going to respawn in a really nice fluid manner. Which seems troll. People always say, look, I'm being a little bit ridiculous. But at the same time, as a Rengar, that's how you get your XP leads. Even in games when I'm losing, I always end up 2 or 3 levels ahead of the enemy jungler as Rengar, just because of that.
Okay. I mean, I saw your video on camp sequencing, obviously.
Yeah. And here again, look. No divergence. Exactly the same path, straight to Raptors. You see? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you took the exact same path again. How is your, can I ask you, how is your, in the last few games that you've been winning, how has your ultimate usage been?
In my last 3 games, I was winning, or?
Yeah. Like, did you have a lot of good ultimates, triple Q combos, things like that?
Yeah, I always try to do that.
But like, because here in this game, I don't know if it was greed or feeling sort of compelled to like force some action, but a lot of your ults were just wasted. Like here you ult, but I think you're hungry for a kill.
Well, I was a bit tilted, not gonna lie.
Okay.
Yeah, and there I messed up mechanically because I didn't get my second Q off and I didn't have 4 stacks. So.
So that was a free dragon.
Yeah.
You could have done it already. It would be finished. And then from there, because you would have done the dragon, your team would have collapsed back onto you. You would have been almost full HP still because you have smite. The Kayn would be here. Now you have your ultimate up, and it's way more useful. You see? Like you're full HP, you've got this blue buff here. Yeah, they have control wards, but having your ultimate up, having full HP in this situation will be way more beneficial because you could actually get something out of it.
Yeah.
Like you kill him with your ultimate here. Yep. That you're trying. I can see. I need bone tooth stacks. I can see you're compelled. But had you saved your ultimate and not forced it, you probably get 2 kills there. If that makes sense. Like I know you said you were tilted, but such is the way of things. Also, Kayn's dead, huh?
I should counter jungle.
Yeah, take that blue. Alpha Kitty. Take the blue, take the Gromp. Kill this, take the blue, take the Gromp. Jhin is dead. Kayn had died. All that's left is this Blitzcrank. You have double bottom lane. And if he rotates, walk away. But you definitely get blue at least.
Yeah.
Now down to Krugs. So literally it's like the right decision, but you just use the different, you just do it in a different order.
Yeah, I have that feeling a lot of like many times when I just try to, I don't know, like do my camps and then do everything else afterwards. Even though like running to, I don't know, Herald maybe first would be the better decision or the right decision. But I'm doing like stuff the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that. And I think in games where you reverse it, you get winning streaks like you're having. Because you have a lot of good movement, huh? You have movement, like I watch a lot of VODs from every elo, but you have very good movement. All that needs to take place, thank you Divine Blade, all that needs to take place is a little shift, I think maybe in your tilt. I don't know how tilted you get. Usually.
I gotta say I get tilted easily. That's why I try to mute everybody in chat nowadays.
Yep. But I like this. Like, that's good. You kept your ferocity stacks on the wolves, on the plant. You take this, and now I'm thinking, okay, Herald, you know? But again, like, look at this. When you're counter jungling, I don't know if you do this every game, but you're avoiding the wolf area. Raptor area. If you hit this plant over raptors, and you have some control wards, which you don't, and you should, you can always leave one here, take his raptors. Right? Rengar's power is in that you can destroy an enemy jungler so quickly without even fighting him. Even though you should, because Alpha Kitty. But once he shows bottom lane here, for example, like you're in the right area. If you had hit that plant and revealed this and said, okay, I'm going to go do this. And as soon as you see this guy in the bottom lane, like, there's no need to be... You see the pathing here? Instead of being direct and efficient... Yeah. You did a loop around the red buff. But his red's gone. You know, and you see him in the bottom lane, so now you're like, okay, freebie, nice. Thank you very much for all of this. Right? That's good. And because of your camp sequencing, you don't really... Maybe, I mean, you probably do, but because you did Krugs into Raptors again, guess who comes? This is why camp sequencing is important. Like, he goes to counter jungle you, there's nothing for him to take. You should have gone and taken his Krugs also.
Executed.
Like, take him out, but you sort of come back down and you waffle. So you've literally done a circle. You literally did a circle. Instead of just hitting the plant saying, yo, thank you for the raptors. And you beat him, huh? He's not even form. You're 7, he's 7. You have Tiamat and 2 longswords. And he's just basic Kayn. You know?
Yeah.
If he cut...
But I think the plant mechanic is actually something I can use in my future games. Because it makes sense. But I didn't think about it.
Yeah. Use them, and also, I mean, ferocity. You know?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, in the end, it's the same thing. It's like you got the Raptors, you got the Herald. He didn't get anything because you camp sequence, but it happened in the wrong order, so you got all those things, which is great. Excuse me. But you could have had Krugs also.
I actually didn't get to use the Herald, I think, because I had no lane to use it on.
So you've got 1 minute, 44 seconds.
Yeah, I know, but like, yeah, I didn't.
He's going back, so what I do in this case, if you take an early Herald like this, you don't need to look for the perfect time. Yeah, I mean, he's going back to base and she's Cassiopeia and she has everything up. She just kills you. LeBlanc's here. Mid. Ping it. Say, I'm coming mid. Look, you got a cannon wave. You get 4 plates. With the Herald, you get another 3. And now you can fall back to top side. She's taking your red because... Why do people below Diamond love to do this? Do they do this in all your games? They just like take your second buff. It happens so much.
Happens a lot. Like, people tend to take my Krugs as well. And it's very, how do you say, lovely.
Another benefit of counter jungling. Sorry, of camp sequencing.
Yeah.
There's never up for them to take. Okay. Little waffle. Right. So, this guy is currently on Krugs, which shouldn't be up. In theory.
Because I should have taken it. Yeah.
Exactly. You should have just used the Herald on the mid lane. Immediately. Because you're going to get another one at 18 minutes to use for the push. Now it's just Golden Flux. And Rengar with Golden Flux, and you go for the Electrocute Cosmic Futures Market, so even more better. Or just even better, rather. And now you fall back, and now you've done blue side, so your back timing is shifted, but it forces Kayn to just be on red, and there's literally nothing else on the top side for him to do. He has no form. He just got form. He literally just got form. So he just gets form as Rast. He takes his red. What else? What is he going to do? And you can track this in your mind. His red's up. I know he's at a red. Don't need vision. What's he going to do? Nothing. You know, there's no objective. You can't gank any lane. And if you had that beautiful control, what I said you should have, you would see him as well. You could leave it at his red or leave it here in this bush. This is a nice one.
Yeah.
Or even just here so that you can see him flank into the river. So I think if you're going to play like that, make sure you always have control wards to leave. Use the plant to scout so your plant thing is optimized. Bush, Raptors, Krugs, plant, Herald. Use Herald, slingshot back, take blue side, go back to base. And now you've got maybe enough to get Warhammer. Maybe? Let's see, how much gold did you have? Never mind. But you could sell this and get a couple pinks, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's, again, just optimization, right? What's your next goal? Just looking at the state of the game.
Yeah, you already said that, like, going straight to Raptors again.
But you do that, yeah. you do. But what in your mind is your goal? Like, you've just gone back to base, you've gotten Herald, you probably feel much more powerful than you have at any point in the game, even with no kill participation. And that's the nice thing about things like Evelynn and Rengar. We haven't even talked about your lack of ganking. Because you should have gotten a gank in the bottom lane. You should have gotten that flash E on the Cassiopeia if you respect flash the Blitz level 1. And you should have gotten a double kill with your ultimate if you saved it. So in theory, in my mind, I see a guy who should have 4 kills.
Yeah.
Right? So your presence has been good, but you haven't gotten the kills for it. So now you're probably thinking, I feel okay because my Callista is really fed, and the fed Callista is the most tilting thing in the universe. And you've just gotten Boots and Serrated Dirk. Now, you did Gromp into Wolves, which means the next logical camp sequencing is Raptors into Krugs. So going Raptors in this case, you know, broken clock is right twice a day. You went towards Raptors, you finally got it right for the right reasons. Your obsession with hitting this plant, I like it. I think it's fine. Either go for the crab or not, but you've basically got 2 options. Go straight from the Raptors down to your Krugs, and then lane gank with your ultimate. Or go straight for the crab, and then gank down here. I think by splitting your focus a bit, now you're not in the best position to make this play that you want to make. So let's see what happens. So we can actually we hit the plant to keep our ferocity stacks. We ult. Okay, we finally get on the map. LeBlanc steals our kill. Very upsetting. The ult's there, that's fine. I mean, let's see. What's their vision like? They know you're in the bush.
Yeah, they do.
So at this point, you're wasting time. They know you're in the bush. They're just thinking, did he go back or not? Okay, now you leap out.
I think I'm the one. Yeah, because they're fighting Dragon Pit.
Okay, so you did Raptors. Do you see why I said... Do you see why I said to go for the crab first before Raptors?
Yeah, because now it's gone.
Yeah. And then with the dragon coming up, it's about your setup. You also get to hit this plant to deny it. And if that fight breaks out like it did, which assume it's all the same, you have ultimate here, maybe you even just flank on the Jhin. Like, let him go. You've got LeBlanc coming to help you. You can go on the Jhin. You at least burn his flash. Okay, okay. Fall back to Krugs, so at least our camp sequencing is somewhat in order. Kalista wants to go in. Let's revisit. Could you... Let's go all the way back. Here we go. So obviously you're very kill hungry at this point. Like imagine if you'd just gone straight for the crab. You have the crab right now. You're here. Okay, we run a parallel. Now it makes sense to use your ultimate. Here you ult. Okay, yeah. I mean, you don't have a choice to ult, I think. I'm just trying to see if you could have maybe saved it.
No, we wouldn't not killed the pike then. Well, maybe actually, because I walked through the tri-bush and he was there, so yeah.
And you have empowered, so you could have Ebola him, yeah. And now you have the ult here, so once you go back to Krugs and your bottom lane rejoins, you have ult to go and kill to them. Yeah. I'm not gonna.
So
go ahead.
To be honest, if I didn't ult there, then no, actually I ulted. When I already I just thought they didn't see me, but I ulted while I was in tri-bush and it was warded. Yeah. And my thought process was like, if I just walked through normally, then Pyke would have not engaged because he saw me. But they saw me anyway, I think.
They only see you here. There. And at this point, you have to say to yourself, right, Kalista's dead. Kalista's dead. I think
dead?
Kalista, she's dead.
Yeah.
Like there's no way she lives. She's got heal, but like you ulting, this is not gonna save her life. So I think I'm not faulting you because I'm telling you right now, 100% I ult in this game in this situation as well, but just maybe a little bit of restraint.
Sure.
Yeah. Because they see you. And honestly, I don't think they see you because look at him. Look at him, he keeps going. It's very hard to say. Like, I'm sort of just trying to nitpick for something where you could have got an advantage because I know how frustrating this game is from your perspective in terms of kill participation. So I'm trying to look for areas where you could have had 1 or 2 more, but I think like you made
you already said that like 2 or 3 kills early, yeah.
And now you don't have ultimate. But if you did, that's a dead guy because he walks to the bush. You have flash, he's dead. Yeah. Again, that's all nice and pretty with what ifs, you know?
Of course. I mean, I do have, like, good games as well.
Yeah. No, I know. But you don't learn anything from a ruffle stump, you know? Because
exactly, that's why I looked for that particular game. And the thing is, what tilted me the most in the end, Kalista said she was smurfing, and I was asking her, like, that was an opportunity for me to ask her, hey, okay, what did I do wrong? Yeah. Please enlighten me.
Yeah.
But she would just keep flaming me and telling me about her being master and I don't know what else. And I didn't get anything out of her, like...
Let me look at it, RP.GG. 10 wins, 4 losses, 9 and 12, 8 and 4. Yeah. I think she's lying to you. But She's definitely
mean,
smurfing.
whatever.
She's definitely smurfing, but
I mean, it doesn't really matter. It was just an opportunity for me. Like,
yes.
hey,
Yeah.
okay, you're better than me. Can I learn from you? But
Yep.
she would just like straight up flame me for having a bad game, and
Yeah. Mute and move on with your life.
yeah, exactly. That's why I.
So okay, so this I would have gone and used the bottom lane.
Herald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have just shoved it halfway down the lane. For one reason only, to force the map to shape differently. Because you use it mid, but it's halfway in the lane here, and you know these guys are all here. So, and you know Blitzcrank is here, but you know she's solo by herself. So if she's the Fed member and you're saying, well, okay, fine, if you're smurfing, teach me. Or like tell me what I could have done differently. If you put the Herald halfway down the lane, okay, you give her this huge cannon wave plus a Herald. Now, I'm assuming, based upon the fact that she's decently fed, she wins a lot of 1v1s if played properly. Also guarantees you this tower. It will force at least 1 or 2 people to react to it, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of that, you easily fall back into, you see the Krugs are spawning here? So you get into a nice case where you put the Herald, she's pushing with a cannon wave, they're A-ramming like it's NA. You take the Krugs, you go to Raptors, right? Nice camp sequencing. You get level 10 from that 100%. Now you can move into the river with your scanner active to see what vision there is. And if anything happens bottom lane, you're going to have ultimate because you're shadowing her, right? You're doing your camps, but you're shadowing her. You're waiting for something to happen. You can literally pounce like a cat, like you're meant to. And when you shadow her there, if you see this and no one else comes, then you can 2v1 this guy. Yeah, it's difficult with Ross, but it's Callista. Yeah, you're going to get ulted, but you have W and W. You know, like you have... Both of you have enough of your kit available to beat him 2v1. He's not even that fed now. You know, he's 5-3-2, but... What the hell? He's going straight into Sterak's?
I think he did. Yeah.
Weirdo. Too much LS on Twitter. Guys, Black Cleaver is still good, even if you don't have someone that can auto-stack it. Okay, so... The Herald ends up being wasted.
Yeah.
So
But
that's
I
why
think it ran out. That's why I didn't. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
you-
Like, you had enough time to walk up to mid lane, wave clear, and use it. That's why I said if you did the same thing but put it here, you get full camp sequencing into crab control, plus her hard pushing this, forces
Yeah.
Kane to deal with it, maybe even stops the Jhin from backing so he deals with it. And if he does walk over, guess what? You still one-shot him at this point. Should be able to. And then you get crab control. So, like, that would distort the map completely, forcing red team to play on this side, which is what you want. Because they just took bottom lane tower, so they want to rotate now, right, and take your towers. But if you force them to play on a lopsided map, and you're with Callista in this case, right? Now you get to 2v1, as I said. Like, imagine her with a Herald. She's already up here. You've taken Krugs and Raptors. You'll be right here for this 2v1.
Yeah. Yeah, I get your point.
Yeah, yeah. That's sort of more of a macro sense. Like, he misses his W too, which is perfect. He has to flash. And he's still getting chunked. Yeah. With you here, this is a free kill.
Yeah.
And you intelligently, I don't always do it. I prefer to get Banshee's vote because I think its utility is insane. Oh, sorry. Duskblade first. Like, I would have finished Duskblade instead of doing these. I feel like you've gone too much for actually, that's something we didn't even talk about. You've finished your boots and you've gone into Executioner's Calling, ignoring Duskblade. I think that's big. I think that reduces a lot of your damage.
I just thought I'm not able to one-shot anyone at this point anyway. That's why I just went like the more defensive route if we're actually fighting Kane or Cassio.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I went for an Executioner.
You don't want to be fighting Cassio under any circumstance unless it's a finish off, because Cassio.
Okay.
But look at this guy. Imagine if you had Duskblade. You kill him very easily. Very easily. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's something to think about. Duskblade ASAP, always, without question. And then you can adapt as necessary.
So that's like...
Yeah, I mean, look at your look, without it. You don't even have a completed item. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're 17 minutes in, you don't have a completed item. When you're behind, the best thing you can do is have a completed item. Now you have to ult to get out. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I'm dead. Yeah, because yeah.
Yeah. And now he gets to take those Krugs and Raptors that should have been yours. You see?
Mm-hmm.
And that right there, in that moment, that's when the game slipped away from you. Up until then, you still had a choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
You had a choice. You know, I think that's the macro play to make. But I mean, it's very easy for me to say as a coach and say, right, you should do this, you should do this. Even in game, I play like a degenerate half the time. So I mean, it's true. I can't always apply this stuff in game, and that's the difficult bit is applying.
Yeah, exactly. That's the hard thing because
Yes.
there's so much stuff to watch and learn and apply in game. And I know it theoretically because when I watch my replay, I know, hey, I could have done that, I could have done that. But like in game, focusing on every single thing and applying everything, it's not that easy.
No.
Not gonna lie.
But because of that, all the knock-on effect. I'm not gonna say it was a bad decision. Let's just say it was like an undecision, a misdecision. You know, it's a decision you didn't even take that you should have. They get so much. They get so much from that. 2 towers and a second Drake for themselves. Yeah.
I think that was for me basically when I realized, okay, this game is over for me because, or not over, but like I have to reconsider my win condition. And because we're not winning 5-5, obviously.
No.
I get forced out of my jungle, and none of my team members are like really fed, except for Kalista, but she's only trading 1-for-1. So I started split pushing, and I got 2 inhibs, I think, but we lost the game anyway. So.
But I want to address that quickly because that was good. That's the nice thing about Rengar is even in the most abysmal and sad games of all time. Because now the thing is, they're taking your jungle, your team's taking your jungle, there's nothing for you. Rengar behind is basically literally a kitten. You need to try and get something going, and you have the Herald. But again, like...
I should have gone bot lane by then.
You do, though. There you go. You do.
I think I killed the Jhin here, yeah.
And now...
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Perfect. Who's a better team fighter, you or Garen? Garen. I mean, Garen's level 14, you're level 11. Jhin is respawning, and I know you try to set a trap. He misses everything. Take his jungle, take his blue as well. Take his blue. Too concerned with Jhin. We're just gonna focus on you. Good. You could have taken his blue and his wolves as well. So I think there's got to be a case of in your mind taking more than you do. Like you took Raptors but you ignore Krugs, you know, twice. You took Grump but you ignore Blue. You know, like you're taking 1 when you could take 2. And someone quoted it at me, but it's like it's a charisma thing, you know. The worst thing a jungler can do is not take enough.
Maybe I just don't like the blue buff.
Yeah, I don't like the blue buff either. I mean, it's fat, but like you don't want him to have it, you know.
Yeah, so annoying. Yeah, I just got 1 shot there.
Oh yeah, you got 1 shot. So, your alternative here is, instead of taking the Gromp and waiting for Jhin, and pushing it again, you go straight back to base and you get itemization. So that you're back at the dragon in time, well not even in time, but before, when did the crab spawn here? Here. So like imagine you take inhib, you take Gromp, back to base.
Straight back.
Yes.
And then taking crab and then...
But hit this on your way out. Hit the plant, upwards, hit this, take away all the utility, take the freaking plants, all of it. Back to base, right now. Okay, so let's see.
Sometimes I refuse to like hit plants and stuff like that because I show them where I am, but if I'm going back anyways, I guess it doesn't matter.
It's about denying it for them around the dragon. So that was 2350, okay?
That makes sense, yeah.
Okay, you're sitting in base a long time.
Yeah, I was typing, probably.
It's EU West, everyone's typing always.
I kind of feel like EU West is one of the most toxic like communities.
it is and it isn't. I mean, it's a lot of it's just competitive shit talk, and I think if as soon as you start to see it as competitive shit talk, it changes your perspective. Like they're not trying to insult you, they're just trying to win. And as annoying as it can be, and as toxic as it can be, I would just, just laugh at it. Like, what are you gonna do? It's better than NA's passive aggressive, to be honest with you.
I don't know. I have never played in NA, to be honest. I just know Tyler won, so. But that's
Yeah.
It's not the whole NA.
So like they shouldn't start this. Like you want to try and set a trap. And yeah, your mistake is jumping onto miasma too. You got miasma, and Jin literally crits you for your whole HP. Jesus Christ.
Well, to be honest, I didn't expect that much damage either, so.
I didn't at all either.
I was very surprised.
Okay, so now where do we go? Mid lane.
I think I'm going top. Yeah.
You smite the wolves. Those are mine. Now you get caught out again. No, later. Okay, good. Now we split push. You have to waste your ult to escape. You look at the Jhin. I see you looking at the Jhin. Time's out. I'm watching the map the whole time. Blitzcrank comes. So your problem here is to basically put a cap on this game. The Blitzcrank support can solo you.
Yeah. That was very sad at this moment.
I feel you. Yeah, I would have just fought him outside of the bush and tried to kill him, because if you kill him, you can keep pushing. The tower would have... If you kill him, you get tower and more. If you stay and hit the tower, you get tower, but you 100% die, so... I think that you prolong the game 100%, but... As you say at this point.
Like, if you watch this, what would you have done? Or, like, what was our win condition in that moment?
I can...
Because my whole team was... I mean, I was inting, obviously, because I was 2-7 at the end.
Yeah.
But, like, my whole team was inting as well, and they did nothing... They didn't try to win, in my opinion.
I agree. Your split push bottom lane is good. I like that. I would like to say I've never been in this situation. I have, but my goal would be to never have left 4 kills on the map like you did. Like, I have done it. I'm not saying I don't. I have. But the goal should be as much as possible not to be in that position, because you put yourself in a place where you're 3 levels down on a Rast. And your team now are tilted and they're not going to try and win. So your goal here, your win condition, was split pushing. You got an inhib, but the thing is you didn't go back bottom lane like for a while, and you're split pushing. You sort of abandoned it to do jungle clears. I would have just gone straight to lanes. Like you could be level 15 by now if you were just ignoring your own jungle and just taking a side lane. I don't think I would smite it. Yep. So you shove it. The thing is, I wouldn't be split pushing top at this point. Because that's Dragon Soul. This is, I'd say you're fine. This is the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Guess what? You're split pushing this up, right? And you rotate to this fight. Maybe it changes the course of it. Maybe not. But at the very worst, they chase. You could have finished this already.
You think so?
Yeah. You do this quickly, huh? You do it very quickly.
Oh, you mean finish Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Look where they are.
Yeah.
So like,
No, I thought I'll go top because I can't go bottom because they're all there and we don't win a fight. So that's why I tried to like always be on the opposite side of the map and do something.
yeah, but you don't want to be on the opposite side of the map to the next core objective. I think if you're gonna split push, tilt split push and get yourself fed and try and make plays, it's good. But it's not good if you are giving up more than you're gaining.
Okay.
Just to keep in mind, yeah. But I mean, look, honestly, the last 20 minutes of this game is like, things are going badly. I'm gonna try and split to win. And you did have good impact, but you just give them super minions to feed to further their lead. And a lot of times you were just using your ult to escape rather than, you're dying too many times. Obviously, you're tilted, but
yeah.
I would be split pushing and just using my ult to disengage along the lane. That's all I would be doing. And, you know, if you had Duskblade earlier, you should have
I
Edge
could've
of
killed
Night.
Jhin and- yeah.
Yeah, I would have just gone Edge of Night. Like, it's huge against this team comp. You have to have Edge of Night versus team comp.
I do have Edge of Night.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I just looked quickly down and was like, oh, Last Whisper. Yeah, you did.
It's on cooldown.
Yeah. I just briefly looked down and it's black. Yeah, you're right. It's my bad. But yeah. Yeah, I think order of events for you is the biggest thing.
And also, when I started playing last season, I was like my playstyle was all over the place, literally all over the place. I didn't know how to win the game. I was just AFK farming the entire game, and when my ult was up, I would just like search for someone to kill and then go back to jungle. And then the first thing I learned was like playing around objectives and then how to end with objectives. Because I don't know why, but in gold, the length of games are actually like the longest. They tend to go like to 35 minutes.
People don't know how to
30.
close, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, and now I think one of my biggest issues is first of all what to do first, and then ganking, because I lack ganking a lot pre-6.
Yeah, I saw that. But at the same time, you had the right decisions. It was just a case of execution, you know? Like, there's 2 top now. You should ult and get this fight, yeah.
I think this is game anyway.
Yeah. Too far ahead. Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be in this situation in the first place. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
But
And I mean, I know how I can impact games when I'm fed and actually doing the right thing. Like I was on a 5 win streak right now, so it's going pretty well.
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I think definitely you're sort of skirting the edges of taking enough when you're counter jungle, and making smart decisions about your ganking and when to ult will pay off. And as you do that, I think you can see you're getting a lot of wins from that. So I will say one thing: your CS per minute
Is bad.
Yeah. Well, like, overall it's 6.1, but in some of these games where you're winning, make sure that 7 good, 5.6 low, 5.4 low, 6 fine, 6.9 good. So when you're farming well, and camp sequencing well, even by accident, you're getting more items, which allows you to one-shot more, which allows you to make mistakes, make plays. Yeah. When you're not farming as well, like in that game, and you're not getting the kills, then you don't have the items, so you don't have the confidence. That's Rengar in a nutshell. That's Rengar in a nutshell. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. That was in depth. There's lots to talk about. I'm sure the Rengar mains of gold understand your pain. But yeah. Good job on your run. Keep it going though. Keep whatever you're doing differently, and keep that going, and you'll be platinum in no time. You have the right moves and the right mechanics, so I think keep the confidence.
Thanks. Thanks for your time as well.
No problem.
And I'll
Yeah,
keep
we'll
in
DM.
contact
We'll
with
DM
you.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Ciao.
Thanks. See ya.
See ya. Goodbye.